Congress party in battleground Uttar Pradesh has now cancelled its rallies and even marathons that they had planned for the upcoming polls. This after these visuals emerged from Bareilly, where an almost stampede situation took place, and this was of course teens and young adults being exposed to a massive Omicron threat. Now, post criticism coming in on that rally, Congress has now decided to cancel its rallies and also the marathons, one of them which were planned for today. Gaurav Gupta, one of Congress leaders, has tweeted about this as well. Sunil Prabhu bringing us up to speed with that. So Sunil, it's not just the marathon that was planned for today, but actually all rallies in UP?
That's right. All rallies in UP, all block level meetings, any door-to-door campaigning, all has been stopped because they believe in the backdrop of the COVID advisory and protocols that have been requested. They must comply with it. I think health is most important. The fact that they have learned their lessons after that, despite the COVID protocols, we saw so many children, girls especially, taking part in that marathon. There's been a huge amount of backlash about it, and it's in that backdrop that they want to believe as a responsible political party, they need to take that step. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, the General Secretary, consulting with the UP Congress leaders and deciding to take this decision. We are not yet sure whether this will be followed in other election-related states, but definitely in Uttar Pradesh, all political rallies, canvassing, door-to-door campaigns, community meetings, town halls, all that have been put on hold.
And it's not just those that were seeing attendance by top leaders there or the presence of top leaders, but any sort of election-related get-together as of this moment, any rally, any meeting, all of that you're saying now stands on hold.
That stands on hold because, as you are well aware, even if it is not yet officially stated, we are in the midst of the third wave, and precautions need to be taken. And as I said, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra consulting with her top leaders in the state and deciding against holding any rally at this stage, because this will you have to be responsible, especially when it comes to health. Health is most important, and it's in that backdrop that they have decided to cancel it. As you rightly pointed out, there was a marathon yesterday. There were some children who were injured. There is a possibility of it increasing. And as most political leaders pointed out, at this present juncture, it's critical to ensure that safety and health is on the uppermost of everybody's mind.
Sunil, just to get this straight again, all election-related programs that were being organized by the Congress party in the state of Uttar Pradesh now stand on hold, and they're saying this is because of the increasing number of COVID cases.
That's right. And we are still to confirm whether the Congress will follow this in other election-related states. But definitely in Uttar Pradesh, this decision has been taken after Priyanka Gandhi Vadra had a consultation with top Congress leaders from Uttar Pradesh and decided against it.
Right, and that makes Congress the first party to do so, Sunil, because we've seen massive criticism that has been coming in, desperate appeals going by doctors and experts saying we have to put an end to these rallies and election campaigning in light of these increasing number of Omicron cases.
That's right. I think not just today, but for the last 2 weeks. So in fact, even before the first signs, say as early as the 17th of December, Dr. Paul, Dr. Balram Bhargav, and other top epidemiologists have been requesting that you should avoid public gatherings, you should follow COVID-appropriate behavior. And now that we are in the midst of the third wave, it is clearly in that focus that they have to now take these precautions and it's important that all political parties follow suit. At present, the Congress, as you rightly pointing out, taking the lead as it believes it's a responsible political party and should not put people's lives in danger.
Right. And this is not the case, Sunil, you are saying in, say, Punjab, where Congress is already in power, where also we are seeing massive rise in cases?
That's right. Sonia Gandhi herself, the Congress president, has been speaking to the Chief Minister as well as the PCC chief to follow COVID appropriate behavior. We are not yet sure whether a decision has been taken at that level, but definitely once Uttar Pradesh has taken the lead, there will definitely be requests to be followed to ensure that COVID appropriate behavior is followed in the rest of the country. So we will have to wait for confirmation about what exactly is going to be done there. But at the present moment, it is applicable in the state of Uttar Pradesh. In a short while, we'll be able to say whether in Punjab, in Uttarakhand, and the rest of the country, which are going to the polls, COVID appropriate behavior is being followed. Because we were hoping the Election Commission, after it being wrapped quite by the Madras High Court in the last assembly elections, if you recall, because public memory is short. In the light of the second wave, there were, public rallies that were held. COVID appropriate behavior was not followed, and then it saw the rise of cases and asked whether the Election Commission was sleeping in this entire regard. This time round again, the Election Commission has so far refused to intervene because polls haven't been announced yet. They are in consultation with the Manipur government today about the poll preparations as well as the vaccination, and we'll have to wait to see what is the outcome of those meetings and their decision to conduct the elections.
All right. Sunil, we're also now beginning to get reports that Yogi Adityanath has cancelled his Noida rally today. We don't have clarity on the rest of the functions. He's apparently going for several others, but only specifically in Noida, he has managed to cancel his rally. So in UP specifically, not in the other 4 poll-bound states, we are seeing some measures begin to happen. Congress obviously cancelling all election-related events, and Yogi Adityanath, the Chief Minister, cancelling one event in his Noida rally today.
That's right. So I think, as people understand the importance of COVID appropriate behavior and the fact that health is a priority, people will restrain themselves from any possible, inappropriate behavior. We have already seen those repercussions that we saw in the state of Tamil Nadu, in West Bengal, even though some in the health ministry would argue saying, no, these are not the reasons. But the fact is that we have seen in the state of Uttarakhand when the Haridwar rally took, when the Kumbh Mela was taking place, those incidents of rising cases. So it's definitely something that everybody needs to follow at this stage, because if India has to fight this battle of COVID, apart from vaccination, you need to also follow COVID appropriate behavior.